If you had any doubts or wonder or question left in your mind who is still ultimately in charge of the creative process of WWE, I present to you Raw last night. This should have erased any of those remaining lingering doubts or questions or uncertainties about that in your mind. Here's what you got, and you knew you would get if this person is in charge. You got a long, kind of repetitive, pointless promo segment from Triple H and Stephanie. You got a lot of pointless filler, mid-card, undercard crap. You got John Cena made to look strong and dominant to close out the show in a predictable match that nobody really wanted to see, that we've seen a lot of times before, because ultimately that's what the people want. Oh, and most importantly of all, this show needed puke. This was definitely Vince's baby last night, and it showed right from the very, 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 very beginning. Here's Triple H, here's Stephanie, and of course, in a tribute to them, and there you go, you've got everybody standing out of the fucking ramp. Now, of course, Triple H said that everybody on the ramp was going to get a shot in that Money in the Bank WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match qualifying battle royal. So I would have thought if the Divas were on stage, they would have been included too. I don't know. Triple H talked about the fact that Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose have been a thorn in his side, and they are not going to get a chance to compete in that battle royal. They're not going to get a shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which made sense. And then they sat there and said, well, John Cena is not going to be in the battle royal either, but we're going to give him a shot to earn a chance to wrestle in the fucking match anyways at Money in the Bank if he beats Kane tonight in a stretcher match. So you're pissed off at Reigns and Ambrose, and you did the logical thing. You cock-block him like an authority figure you would think should do. But when it comes to John Cena, no, we've still got to go ahead and give him an opportunity. We've still got to give him a shot. Oh, give me a fucking break. In tried and true Vince fashion, instead of giving you, the internet, a feud that you can get your rocks off to and fat to all day long, he's giving you now the same match 3 times in a week and pretty much said, well, there you go, that's all you get. Something you can maybe barely pop a British fist to, if you will. Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler. Okay, you had any doubts that Ziggler was going to lose this match? Come on. And especially if they were in Ohio, you knew he was losing all day long, especially, again, because it's Dolph Ziggler. And then as far as Seth Rollins, is he a part of Evolution or is he not? Has he actually turned all the way heel or has he not? To me, if you were going to actually change a character, wouldn't it make sense to, oh, I don't know, actually change the fucking character? And no, some generic, watered-down-ass WWE-created Jim Johnston special theme music does not represent a character change. They didn't change his ring gear, didn't change his ring style, didn't change his fucking hair, didn't change anything about him. This again just emphasizes that this was a Vince McMahon decision, a panic knee-jerk reflex reaction to sit there and try to generate some interest and no real planning, because why is fucking Seth Rollins wrestling a Dolph Ziggler? How is this good for Seth Rollins' business? Seriously, how is this good for him?
Mark is smart here, and thank God for me here on OTRS Central to balance out some of this stupid shit that the Schlegdaddy says. First of all, Seth Rollins is awesome, and as a result, if he chooses to wear the same gear, then that is fine. If he hasn't fully declared himself a member of Evolution, that's fine. True, there's more mystery and intrigue to it. And as far as Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler, these are great exhibitions of professional wrestling, as it should be. And as a result, you don't need a storyline. You just need Seth Rollins, and you need Dolph Ziggler, and you need time to watch the awesomeness happen. And that's exactly what we got. If you didn't like this match, Schlegdaddy, if any of you didn't like this match, then you don't like professional wrestling. Easily a 4.25 star match. If it happened in Japan, I might give it an extra 1/4 star.
Isn't it funny how the guy who got stabbed in the back, the guy who got screwed in some ways, in Dean Ambrose, has changed more as a babyface, staying on the same side of the fence than Seth Rollins has so far with going over to the heel side of the fence. I love what they're doing with Dean Ambrose here. He is out there. He is fucking crazy. This is the type of Jon Moxley shit you would expect to come to see from a Dean Ambrose. This is the type of character you want. Somebody that's a little bit off the wall. Somebody that's a little bit different. This is what we need. That Brian Pillman type of guy. That Roddy Piper type of guy. And you got Dean Ambrose, Wade Barrett. My question, though, For all of you that sat there and said, well, Wade Barrett winning the IC title is going to bring prestige back to the IC title. Is bringing prestige back to the IC title having Triple H poorly say Wade Barrett's catchphrase and then having Wade Barrett come out here and wrestle Dean Ambrose and not really be spotlighted in any way as the Intercontinental Champion and still having no feud to correlate with him being the Intercontinental Champion? It's ridiculous. This Seth Rollins-Dean Ambrose feud, though, appears like it could be money. And I love the fact that after losing the match, Dean Ambrose came right back in and kind of acted like a heel, kind of acted like he was off the wall and over the edge by attacking Wade Barrett any fucking way.
Boy, this Schlegdaddy, what a sack of stupid shit, I tell ya. First of all, when it comes to Wade Barrett, he is being featured on television every single week. He is wearing the Intercontinental Championship with pride and prestige as few others have. And furthermore, him wrestling against Dean Ambrose is awesome because Wade Barrett is awesome, Dean Ambrose is awesome, and I love what Jon Moxley is doing here. He is very reminiscent to me of a Brian Pillman. The Schlegdaddy is at least right about that, if nothing else. But what I really like about this was a spectacular exhibition of professional wrestling, and it teased Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in a feud. Oh, score one for Marcus Smart. Might have to touch myself, but at the end of the day, as great as Wade Barrett is, as great as Dean Ambrose is, and as great as Seth Rollins is, this is all, frankly, filler stuff until the main event comes back in a very short order, maybe as soon as Money in the Bank is a surprise swerve winner of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match, and that would be Daniel Bryan, the American Dragon. And why is everything else not measure up to him? Because Daniel Bryan is the best motherfucker wrestler in the world.
So based off of this week's Raw, we can maybe hope that the John Cena-Bray Wyatt feud is officially and mercifully for Bray Wyatt and all of us involved over. Of course, typical WWE fashion. Here's a guy in Bray Wyatt who's entertaining the brakes off of people, who is getting the crowd almost as engaged as a Daniel Bryan does, and that is the truth. And you have him sit there and entertain the brakes off of people again. Great promo work, captivating the people, riveting the people. And it seems like you're more concerned, once that 9 o'clock hour hit, you were more concerned about people looking at Sheamus. It was like Bray Wyatt was the filler crap to the Breakfast Club Spectacular, which was going to be Sheamus walking down the ramp trying to get over the catchphrase of fella. You can't even have Bray Wyatt beat Sheamus clean here. Jesus freaking cripes. Come on, man. Why do you have to make Bray Wyatt look so stupid? Why do you have to make Bray Wyatt look so weak by continuously needing help? And why can't Bray Wyatt beat people fucking clean? Some people will call Vince sexist, they'll call him a racist, but the one thing I've always thought he was very childish. He loves the fart gags. He loves the freaking vomit gags. It's like he literally gets his rocks off on that and oh yes, men's asses. Or did we need this on Raw? Did we need to have Roman Reigns basically gimmicking the freaking drink of the Authority? How is that supposed to make him likable as a babyface? Why is Vicky Guerrero doing a fucking sneezy gimmick? Why are we sitting there and thinking it's a good idea to have Stephanie McMahon sit there and supposedly vomiting in the freaking bathroom? When she emerged from the bathroom, did anybody notice there looked like nothing close to traces of projectile vomit or anywhere around her? And based off of the color and the look and the delivery method, it almost makes you wonder if that was actually vomit or if it was shit. So to the surprise of absolutely no one, I think, as you were watching Raw and you saw how the story was playing out with Roman Reigns, you knew come this Battle Royal that Roman was going to reign supreme, if you will, end up winning it and earn a shot in that WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match at Money in the Bank. Now, will that stand? Who knows? Will this be a device to continue a story between him and Triple H? Perhaps. At this point in time, I'm like, if you're going to fucking go there, then fucking go all the way there. You might as well have Roman win the damn title at Money in the Bank if you're going to do this. They could have at least left a little more element of surprise here. They could have at least done something a little bit creative. They just basically made Roman Reigns, in a way, appear like a future John Cena type with his corny sayings and doing this type of crap that he did, and then winning in a dominant, awe-inspiring fashion.
How about we play a game? It's called the Schlegdaddy Shuts His Mouth in Summer Talks. Yeah, that's what I think whenever Daddy opens his flabberjaws. Roman Reigns is a beast. Roman Reigns is a sexy hunk. Roman Reigns is the future of WWE. Of course it's predictable that he won that battle royal, because who could possibly beat him? The answer is nobody. Roman Reigns is a future WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Hell yeah, bitches. Roman, love yous. Love you, Roman. Call me.
They went there. I didn't know where they were getting at last week when Cody Rhodes said that Goldust was going to have a new partner. Somebody we've never seen before. And this mystery partner was Cody Rhodes and his new alter ego, Stardust. I wonder if Starman is pissed off about copyright infringement and gimmick infringement. The fucking Angel Dust Twins. The crowd was chanting for Stardust, and then it got so bad they were chanting for Curtis Axel. Well, I guess I'm back again for another go at this, and I guess, every show's got it, and most certainly on this channel in particular, every review's got it. You got some pointless filler crap. And I'm here to talk about the pointless filler crap on Raw. Now, why am I wearing this hat? Doesn't matter. Why am I wearing this towel around my man nipple parts? Doesn't matter. Just like this following stuff on Raw didn't matter. Rusev defeats Heath Slater. The one-man band came up short. Whoop-de-doo. Then you've got a mixed tag featuring Fandango and Layla against Summer Rae and Adam Rose. Now, of course, the WWE decides this is the perfect segment to incorporate Kevin Hart in. And, maybe this is just me, but maybe you should clue in the guy at least about the people he's going to be involved with here. Maybe you should tell him not to wear that ridiculous fish sweater. I don't know. You know what? It didn't matter because, again, it was pointless filler crap. And has been so often the case over the years, the Divas match was a pointless filler crap. Cameron versus Paige. Paige wins, and frankly, nobody cares. And speaking of not caring and pointless filler crap, we didn't even need this stretcher match between John Cena and Kane. We already knew what was going to happen. We already knew who was going to win. I didn't watch the main event. I heard the Schlegdaddy didn't watch the main event. I'm sure a lot of you felt no need to watch the main event. It was pointless filler crap just to get to what you knew was going to happen anyway. So I enjoy making fun of the WWE sometimes. There's no question about it. And sometimes the more pleasurable Raws for me to watch are the ones that are so bad that they transcend into an entirely different territory for me. But this show was just bad to me on so many different levels. I know a lot of people like some of the wrestling on this show. I know a lot of people like some of the things that happen on this show. I know a lot of people are probably going to like some of the people that were featured on this show and the way they were featured. But come on, at the end of the day, it was an authority segment that sounded a lot like the segment from the previous week that was way too fucking long and had no real purpose to me. And it sounded like so much other shit I've heard from him before. You had a bunch of random pointless filler shit all throughout the course of the night. Dolph Ziggler jobbing again. The IC champion not being made to be incredibly relevant. You had John Cena finish the night strong and dominant as only he can and as only the WWE cares for him to be. You had shitty commentary. You had fucking vomit gags. You had a new potentially top young babyface following the John Cena MO to the top. Oh, and don't forget, Stardust. Oh. Somebody please lock Vince in a closet So that way somebody else can write this fucking show next week, please.